Good afternoon, you're listening to 103.9 Voice FM, the sports show. We're here from 2 till 6, and I'm now joined with a very... I'm honoured to be joined here with Dan Locke, who is our bike man.
Hello.
How's it going, Dan?
It's good, how you doing?
Yeah, very good, thank you. Now, what is special about what you ride?
Well, the things that I ride are called fixed gear bikes, and they tend to have no brakes.
No brakes, right.
One fixed gear.
Okay.
And it is illegal to ride them on the road.
Okay.
But I tend to ride them on a velodrome.
All right, I see. So why do you like to ride fixed gear bikes with no brakes, one gear, like instead of your standard bike, which has brakes and gears?
Well, it's definitely different from the crowd. I get a lot of looks. I ride them just because, when I was growing up, I was getting sick of fixing bikes with gears and brakes. So I wanted low maintenance. So I got myself a fixed gear bike.
So is that how it started out? It started out by you wanted to ride something different.
I wanted to ride something simple and a bike that was, it gave you the job, form and function, perfect.
Okay, and you run your own company, don't you?
Yeah, I've got two bikes, yeah. Tell
us about them.
Well, my first one is to do with fixed gear bikes, which is called 623 Fixed.
Right.
And basically it started off, I was learning how to fix bikes.
Okay.
And so someone told me to do a video, a how-to tutorial sort of thing. And it sort of escalated from there. I put my content on YouTube. And then I started getting a following. More people were asking me to do videos on how to do tricks, how to fix bikes, and maintain the bike, really. So it all started on YouTube, and then I sort of got all the other social networks involved, and like I say, it escalated from there.
Nice one. And what does these services that you got two companies? What do they offer, so to speak?
Well, like I say, my 63 Fixed TV was what it's actually called. Is on YouTube.
Nice little plug there. I see what you did.
A little .co.uk as well. That's basically just me talking about bikes. Talking about how to fix your bike, and I get a lot of questions, and obviously I answer them on the YouTube channel as well.
Okay.
My other business that I've got going is it's not as big as that right now. It's to do with vintage bicycles.
Okay.
Mostly ladies vintage bicycles. It's because I've kept getting all these bikes in donated to me, like rusty, bikes that have seen better days.
I see.
Like gents bikes, and I get them in from the tip, and then I do them up and then sell them on.
All right, I see. And have you done any work for charity?
Actually, me and Scott Ganarcha, we cycled round the Isle of Wight. We cycled around there a couple of years ago, and we made a film for Comic Relief. We raised about £250.
Nice.
Not £2.50. And that was great fun, and every year now we've gone around the island about maybe 3 or 4 times.
I see. We'll chat to you a little bit more later.
Yeah, sure.
We're just going to cut to some music. So we're joined still with Dan Locke and Steve Aegis. You are still here. Sorry I didn't include you in the last one. Have we got any footballing updates?
One goal
from, tell me.
Swansea.
Swansea.
QPR 1-0 from Southampton summer target, Michu.
Okay,
yes.
And your prediction was actually 1-1, so it's still, we can say it's still living up to that prediction. And Dan, you are still here, aren't you?
Hello,
I'm here. You're not nodded off over there. Sorry we're boring you about football.
Hey, each to their own,
So you were saying before a bit of Newton Faulkner that you have your own... You got two companies, 63 Fixed TV,
that's right,
and another one that kind of restores old bicycles.
Yeah, I mean, that's just a little thing on the side that I like to do.
Yeah, everyone likes their little bits on the side, so to speak.
Quirky little things.
And you were saying you've done a couple bits for charity. You've rode around the Isle of Wight. In fact, I remember seeing you in the Daily Echo, wasn't it? Or on South Today or something along those lines?
Yeah, it was both of those. I think we're just a picture of us with the red noses on.
Your little 15 seconds of fame right there.
Yeah, and it's still going. Look.
And you mentioned earlier that you do a bit of velodrome cycling as well.
That is correct, yeah. There's recently, I think it was last year or the year before, there's been an outdoor velodrome in Bournemouth.
Oh, right.
And me and a couple of the guys down there, we often take the train down there, and when they're not in session, because you always got to go in there when it's free. But the only thing is, though, with that is there's always little pesky little kids
Oh,
with their
all right.
skateboards and scooters, just ruining it.
Yeah.
But, hopefully the council can do something about that.
Well,
But no,
maybe you should write a letter.
I might write an angry letter. But no, it's
Yes.
great fun, to get out there and do it yourself.
That's awesome. Did you watch much of the Olympics?
I watched as much as I could.
Because we completely dominated, didn't we, in
We
the
did.
track cycling. Why is this, do you think, that we dominated so much?
Well, it's all down to Chris Hoy, to be honest. I'm not gonna touch too much on this, but Chris Hoy, to me, is I'm not just saying it as well because he rides a fixed gear bike, but he is one of my idols. He was top of his game. I mean, he's getting on, what is he, like 36 now, 35, 36?
I don't know if he's that old, is he? I think he's in his early 30s.
Maybe. I might have just...
His legs are huge, though.
They are. I think they're like 20-something centimetres.
Are you talking about his age or his size of his legs?
You know what, mate? I'm not sure. I think we're drifting off here on Chris Hoy. But no, I look up to him with such respect.
They've actually got a lot of money now they had a lot of money being pumped into cycling from the lottery funding.
That's right.
It was actually Chris Boardman when he won the individual sprint gold in Barcelona Olympics 1992. He partnered up with a guy called David Brailsford, and they basically redesigned even not just the bikes, but they redesigned the helmets, they redesigned what they were wearing.
Yeah, the jerseys as well.
Yeah. And aerodynamic drag is a big factor when it comes to cycling. And the frames are actually constructed with one-piece carbon fibre.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, less weight on the track possible.
I saw your bike when you brought it up.
Yeah, I've got it
when you
here
brought
with
it
me
up.
today.
And I held it. And I tell you what, I was so shocked about how light it is.
Yeah, well,
ridiculously light.
I know the frame I've got at the moment is actually an American frame called Leader USA.
Okay,
I believe that's
all other frames are available.
Yeah, I don't want to plug too much, but I've actually got a bit of a carbon fibre. Well, it's not full carbon fibre on the front. I've got I've got carbon fibre just for the lightness as well.
Okay, and is there what about the tyres?
I like to keep them really nice and skinny. That's like with most fixed gear bikes nowadays. Just because there's less... what am I trying to say? There's less surface area.
Traction?
Yeah, that's right. I mean, nice, sleek, slippy tyres for the old...
Slippery doodads.
Yeah, not too slippery, though.
All right. Well, it's nice to hear about, what you do for, your side projects and hobbies. And cycling is a growing sport. And I was intrigued to find out a little bit more about it, seeing as we dominated so much.
Oh, of course.
With the Olympics. So are you going to be sticking around for the rest of the show?
Yeah, definitely.
Fantastic. We've got all things sport and all sorts of updates throughout the rest of the show.
Voice FM. Sport.